And I think we're live. Give it a second. Make sure everything's going through. Alrighty. Um, excuse the way I look. I've been making these more videos in the morning. The last couple videos. Um, all my videos can be found in my playlist under latest videos, the ones that are recent. So it's easier to access the playlist and find the most recent ones. Um, Disclaimer: this channel's for adults only. It's not set up for kids, not made for kids. And that's in the settings for this channel and all the videos that are put out. As another disclaimer, I write everything in the description as well that I cover in the videos. So it's best to read through the description of the video to actually get an accurate portrait of everything that's being spoken about. Uh, in this particular video, I will be covering a few things, and like I said, the details are in the description of the video. But as a disclaimer, because I'm so honest, open and honest, sometimes brutally honest, and painfully honest, I can come off as a narcissist to people that are insecure, crossing people's boundaries because they are insecure in themselves and don't love themselves. If you look in the mirror and you truly love yourself, you will not be bothered by anybody that has harsh words, okay? Including a narcissist. They could be yelling in your face and you'd be like, yeah, okay. If you're secure in yourself, oh, but you have small tits or you have a small dick. Okay. Can you suck my small dick? Can you still ride the pony? Sure. So we're going to cover a little bit of that, and I'll read off what I have in here. Spirit guides pointed out some things in my dreams to test me and see if I'm beyond things. No surprise there. But I wanted to bring up some points about it. Um, my dream was of my subconscious image of my first wife, a Sagittarius. Now, the Gemini that I fell in love with at 7 years old and had a 46-year spiritual connection with, her south node is Sagittarius. The south node of a Gemini is Sagittarius. My south node, opposite of Virgo, is Pisces. Just like my 21-year-old daughter is a Pisces, but her south node is a Virgo. We're like complete opposites. But yet she best understands me as a Pisces. Go figure. That's not written in the description, but I'll continue with that. In her south node, this dream has to do with insecurities, a lower vibrational trait. Meaning the Gemini in her south node would be Sagittarius, her shadow side, her lower vibrational end of being a Gemini. Okay, so which would mean that she has insecurities about her weight or about boobs or whatever, and that's what I'm going to be covering. My first wife being used from my subconscious memory is to indicate who the dream is about. Not actually April, my first wife, a Sagittarius, but in fact the Gemini South Node. In the dream, April has large breasts and is a mob boss. And me either surrender to the boss or work for the boss. I mean, like, surrender. What I meant by that, I actually wrote that wrong. Surrender to the boss and work for the boss, or die. Pretty much, like the boss kills you. Um, Large breasts actually equals the Gemini. In real life, she has large breasts and is maybe insecure knowing that I like smaller breasts as a preference. My first wife, April, had small breasts, not large. So to see my first wife, April, with large breasts in my dream is kind of weird because that's not normally her. We'll be addressing this plus other things in the video. I like all breasts, large or small. It's only a preference. The boss aspect of the dream is about being an emperor masculine energy. Now, if she's an emperor masculine energy, she would more be in the north node of Gemini. Okay? As a emperor boss. Okay? In my dream, that comes off as the mob boss. Again, this is more of a traditional values issue for me, being I'm a modern age values type person as opposed to traditional values. I love unconditionally either way, so I accept her or anyone for who they are. If a boss, I need her to help me be a boss. Financial wealth fast, but not from a job and paychecks that's going to go nowhere. Because as a modern age values person that I am, I want to be an equal, not lesser than. I'm not looking to be a subordinate of a boss. I'm looking to be an equal boss if she's a boss or anybody else I'm with. Modern age, equal pay, equal rights, women's movement, all these things. These are why we have all these things in the world, because traditional values is dying. The old ways of doing things. And I talked about this in the last couple of videos. So you should go back and check some of them out. Now, next, I have written a bunch of things in the description that may be offensive to those who are insecure in themselves. I may come off as that narcissist, but I'm, if anything, brutally honest, very blunt, but I am open and honest. So I'm always going to give you the truth, even if the truth hurts. My kids know this too. Sometimes they don't like hearing the truth from me because it's painful to hear. But they're used to it. So I have written in the description fat, skinny, tall, short, large or small breasts, big or small dick, blonde or other hair color or style, scars or smooth skin, tattoos or blank skin, canvas, your skin being the canvas, ugly, beautiful, cougar like me, or older age groups than me. Okay, meaning I don't have to just go for younger, like 20s to 30s to 40s. When I'm 52, I can go for someone that's older as well, 50s and 60s, even 70s, if they can handle the sex. Age groups than me. All aspects that can be projected are accepted by me in unconditional love. My words may be very sharp, blunt, brutally honest, hurtful, and not if not secure in yourself. I tell it like it is and don't sugarcoat things. But if I say you're ugly in appearance, does not mean that you aren't very special in 1,000 other ways. Does that mean you're not special in 1,000 other ways? No. Okay, people are people. They all have their good points and bad points. I have my good points and bad points. We are all born different, and what one person finds ugly, another man might find that person to be the bee's knees. Beautiful. Don't have insecurities equals answer to you being bothered by it or crossing a boundary. If it's crossing a boundary and you're bothered by it, it's probably because you need to look in the mirror and love yourself. You're insecure. Same as all listed above if I say, "Come here, my sexy fat bastard. Lie those jelly rolls over me and ride this cock." Don't have insecurities in self. Love thyself. Own it. Live it. Hop your big ass up on me and ride the pony on the bedroom carousel. Don't be so offended. Now, a lot of that can be very controversial and considered a narcissist. But to people who are secure in themselves and love themselves, that wouldn't mean a fucking thing. It wouldn't bother them. Hell, that would be fucking role play in the bedroom. Okay? It really isn't anything if you learn to love yourself. Anyway, pay attention to your dreams as spirit guides work storylines through your subconscious mind and are trying to get you to see different perspectives. At the same time, they're kind of testing you. So, and the other thing I wanted to go over is like my group idea. If I had wealth to start my group idea, and this goes back to my codependency video, I talked about this that, if I started my group idea, multi person group, long term relationship, live in with everybody living together, um, in the codependency video, I talked about kind of the aspect of the difference between getting with somebody and just working a job and getting nowhere, being codependent upon a person, okay, or a stay at home mom, which could be a male or a female. A male can be a stay at home mom, or a dead end job that you stay lesser than the boss, the masculine energy, the emperor. You're There's the emperor, and he only lets you be less than, okay, in a job that's going to go nowhere, that you're just going to get paychecks and you're really not going to get anywhere. You're never going to be an equal to the emperor, and he'll make sure that you're never an equal, especially if they're insecure or an emperor in reverse. Okay, I talk about this in the codependency video if you'd like to see. But back to what I was saying is, if I had the wealth and I was building the group, yes, I would exceptionally be looking for bisexuals in other countries, including Africa, black people, China, Japan, Russia, Germany, Australia, New Zealand, India, okay, everywhere, Vietnam, okay. So I would have multiple cultures within my group relationship. I'm not racial. Uh, and I'm bisexual, so both genders are perfectly acceptable to me. But my point is, ideally, I would like people that are secure financially that can add to the group. Okay? They don't have to be wealthy, but they have to be at least, you know, I would prefer they have something, a nest egg put aside to start their own business or whatever. But me being starting the group means I have to have the wealth to actually start. If I'm going to be trying to put aside not only enough to start a couple businesses myself, but a couple million put aside so that I can invest in other people. So I can take someone that's lesser than, like me. Right now, I'm at rock bottom poverty and celibate for 10 years. Okay. But to an emperor, I'm definitely less than, bottom of the barrel. Now, what I'm saying is, I could take somebody or a few people that might be bottom of the barrel and don't really have a lot to invest in the group. Okay. But I can't get everybody in the group like that. Okay. I have to actually find some people that actually have some finances and is financially stable to where they can add something to the group. And what I mean add by, as I said in other videos, my group is going to have everybody in their own rooms, but everybody can date everybody in the group. It's like an open relationship, but you're limited to only the people in the group and new people that we get in the group. And everybody's tested for STDs and diseases when they enter the group before anyone has sexual contact. But one of the aspects besides sex to the multiple person relationship is, like I said, hobbies, abilities, skills, everything else. So if to go jogging and I like to go jogging, but Bob does not, then me and Jane might go for a jog or run every morning. Okay. Therefore, I have somebody in the group that has a similar interest. But Bob, I might work out with because he may like to hit the gym like me to get in shape. Okay, so there's other aspects to a group relationship besides orgies and sex. It's not all about your lower vibration, lower chakra. okay, as well as business, okay, because we're working together as a group. Relationship, which means our money is a group relationship. So if I own a couple business, Bob owns a couple business, and Jane owns a couple businesses, all that's equally divided up by an accountant, and we get paychecks every month based on the whole group's income per month. Okay, yearly annual income of a business. Okay, and like I said, I can elevate maybe a few people, but I won't have the money to elevate 300 people in a group. So I do have to find some people that are financially stable to build the group with, to invest their money into businesses that will be in their name, not mine, not the group. Their businesses are still their businesses that they start, but they add those businesses to the group, just like I add my businesses to the group as income. Just like if you were in a one-on-one relationship, you should be sharing assets and income. You should be working together to build that future together. It's the same thing. Uh, so, to give you an idea, this is just one example. It doesn't have to be this. And I'm going to change the name so YouTube doesn't flag it. But let's say I elevate somebody that's rock bottom poverty, lesser than, like I am right now. If I get wealth and I start this group and I elevate somebody from the bottom up, they can pay me back for what I invest in them. But let's say they come to me and say, okay, uh, I think I know what kind of business I want to start. Um, and we'll, the group will decide if it's going to be profitable or not and worth investing in, or should we help that person find other suggestions that would be more profitable. But this is just one example. That person that I'm going to elevate from rock bottom, that's lesser than me at that point because I have the wealth to start the group and invest in the group. They come to me and want to start their own McDonald's. I'll call it that. So you know what it is. But just so I don't get flagged from advertising some other business, they want to start their own McDonald's with the corporation name and everything else. So they're going to be paying subsidies to the corporation and everything else. Now, this is just a little research, but McDonald's, on average, for every location, every restaurant, averages 2.7 million annually here in gross income. Now you have your employees and all that, and the food and supplies and everything else that you have to take accountability for, but 2.7 annually a year for one location, one McDonald's. I almost said the name. Is not a far stretch of a first business to own. Okay, or a donut place. I almost did it again. But 2.7 million annually a year for that one restaurant breaks down to $225,000 a month that would go toward the group. Okay. Now, if we had 300 people, that one business broken down into 300 people wouldn't be a lot of money. But everybody else having businesses as well that they're contributing in the freaking group, that's going to add up. Okay. But like I said, even out of that 225,000 a month, if they paid me back for the initial investment that I put in them, 25,000 a month here and there to pay it back, when they do pay me back for the initial investment, they're now building capital to where they could start a second business and a third business added to the group. So the group grows all the time, as well as if we get new people in the group that can invest in the group with their businesses. So it's, I'm not saying that it has to be a McDonald's. I'm just saying that that's just one example of a small business that could be started and be profitable for a multi-person group relationship of us all working together and sharing income and having an accountant divvy that up every month annually from the gross income of all the businesses. Okay. I'm both an emperor and an empress, you know, so I have just as much business ability and skills as the next emperor, who's an alpha male or alpha female. That's an emperor. So I just wanted to give you some perspectives. And I also wanted to cover some of the things that may offend people, stuff like that. It's insecurities. Now, if I have offended the person that I love unconditionally, I apologize. I hope that she can get past all that and accept me unconditionally, even if I'm blunt and honest. So, just to cover a few things, I'm going to leave it at that. Until next time, you two, if you um, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Until next time.